Okay, welcome back to part 2 of the CPT 101 online orientation video. What in this video or in this part, I'm gonna go over all the good stuff at SAM, like the type of projects and type of assignments that you have to do in SAM and how to do them, as well as I'll highlight some of the key components or key modules that you'll be using in your DTR course. Alright, so let me go ahead and get off this screen. There you go. Alright, so here I'm in my course. I mentioned that when you go to your content section, after you have completed, after you have completed your making the 70 or higher on your attendance activity quiz, you will be allowed to see all of the modules in the course, okay, as well including the SAM module. I'm going to switch over really quickly to Mr. Corto's class. I have not taken the activity quiz in his course yet, so when I click on my content in his course, as you see, I have nothing there. I just have the basic modules because I have not taken his test, the activity quiz in his course. So if you see that, if you go to click on content and you see, and these are all the modules that you see, that means that you have to take your activity quiz. If something has occurred and you need to take it, contact your instructor to see if something can be done, to see if you can retake it, or if you can take it. And you have 3 chances, you have 3 attempts to make your 70 or higher on your activity quiz. So let me go back to my class right now. Alright. Now I want to come on over to the content section. Now before I start talking about SAM, I'm going to come back up and I'm going to highlight our course schedule. Alright, so on the course schedule, I mentioned that for attendance in this course, you have to complete some assignments. I have a list of those assignments under course information or course schedule, as well as in the part C of your syllabus, and also I also have them under attendance. So under attendance, so if you ever need to go and check to see if how many quote-unquote days you have missed in the course, you can click on the attendance link up here at the top, and it will give you how many days, or if you have been counted absent or present on those for that particular week, based on the assignments that need to be completed for that week. Let me go back to, and of course you have your course schedule. Now I mentioned in the other video, this course, all of the assignments are open on the first day of class. So if you want to finish this entire course in 2 weeks, you can. That is possible. That has happened in the past. But this calendar here, this document here, contains all the due dates for all the assignments that you have for this course. I highly recommend staying ahead or working ahead, because they never know what the future may hold. So go ahead, if you have to, go ahead and work ahead. And you see, like I said, it's a lot of information and a lot of assignments you have to do in a short amount of time. So do not wait until the last minute to complete some of these assignments. Try to jump on them as fast as you can. Alright, now without further ado, let's go talk to our person SAM. So when you click on the SAM module, on this, about 85, maybe 90% of your content for this course is going to be done inside of SAM. So you have your in the SAM module, a little bit, you have the SAM link. Now your instructor may call it something different. It may call it SAM login. The link may be called, but my link in my course is CPT 101 D62 2018-10. That link sends you directly to Sam, and you will see a list of all of your content or assignments that need to be completed in Sam. You have a link for your reports. And your reports, they basically give you your grades from Sam. Um, once you have finished an assignment in Sam, the grade automatically gets pushed over to the grade book in D12. But also, it keeps a record of it, or keeps a report of it inside of the Sam software or the Sam website, so you can go back there and see it as well. Now, you do have an ebook that comes along with Sam. However, I highly recommend that you get the physical book, because it is so much easier to flip through the physical pages in physical book than it is to scroll and swipe whichever direction to get to a particular page when you're in the middle of an assignment in your ebook. The physical book itself is only $20. It's probably one of the cheapest books you'll probably find. And at the end of the semester, when you finish with it, you go to sell it back, you get your $20 back. If you can also rent it, you can rent it for $1. So if you want to, you can rent it, pay the dollar. At the end of the semester, when you go to take it back, you get your dollar back. So I highly recommend using the physical book. I also have a link here for the Cengage technical support. So you may be at home, maybe on a weekend, and you may have an issue with Sam, and you may not be able to get your assignments done, or assignment done. You can submit a ticket, or submit a technical support ticket to Cengage, or the publishers of Sam, and to pretty much tell them what's going on. I highly recommend also, if you I highly recommend that you can also, once you make a ticket, let your instructor know that you have made a ticket. They will send you a response email once you fill out the form, and you can see half of the form is already filled out for you. They will send you a response email back with a case number, as well as a 1-800 number. So if you want to call them over the phone, you can do that. But if you do submit a ticket, let your instructor know. Give them the ticket, the actual case ticket, because it may be something that we can probably, if it's we can escalate, so make it be solved much quicker. So yeah, definitely fill that out. And up here, if they let you, I'll ask you for your phone number. If you do, they will call you and say, hey, we noticed you have an issue with so and so, so and so. Hey, how about we can try to walk you through it and help you out. And so they're really good with their technical support. So if you have to make a ticket, go ahead and make a ticket as well, and let your instructor know that you did submit a ticket about a particular issue. Also, in a minute, I'm going to show you how to take do projects, how to do graded trainings, as well as how you can do your exams. But just in case you need some, Sam or Cengage does have some videos, some self-help videos that pretty much show you the same thing. So if you want to go back and take a look at some of those videos, you can do that by going through this link right here, which is 7 training videos. And to use Sam, you will have to turn off your pop-up blocker. So I have a link here, or there's a link down here that tells you how you can disable your pop-up blocker, whatever browser you're using. So in Sam, you can use Sam in Microsoft Edge, Firefox, and Google Chrome. However, for some reason, I don't know why, it does not like Internet Explorer. So I recommend that when you are using Sam, I highly recommend you use any other browser other than Internet Explorer. Alright, so let's go ahead and click on the Sam link. Alright, so click on the Sam link here, and you will have to, there it is, yay. And so you will have to, let me actually go to my student view. You will have to disable your pop-up blockers like I mentioned before. in order for the actual SAM window to pop up. Yeah, SAM is web based, so it does take a while for it to load. So go ahead. Of course, I have to find my class again. But I give it a few minutes to load. If it if it does not load after like 10-15 minutes, then you will probably have to either submit a ticket to technical support, or and say, hey, Sam's taking a real long time for me to load, and I need to get my work done. And a lot of times if it is some type of outage, they will let you know. It will a little thing will pop up saying that Sam is doing an outage, or it's doing like routine maintenance or something like that. But it's pretty good with when in terms of actually being up. All right, so here you have your activity list. Now you may have when you open up SAM or click on the SAM link, you may get this calendar. Some students like the calendar, some students don't. But just know that whenever you see the little black square, those are the date that the activity was assigned, or and when they are available. And you have the little red circle that lets you know when it is actually due. So those are the due dates. But a lot of students, if you don't want to see the activity calendar all the time, you can just uncheck the box that says set the calendar as default view. Just uncheck that checkbox, and it'll always come up to this activity list, and you'll be able to see all of your assignments in that one list. And you can even filter out your assignments by the different types that they are. So in this class you have exams and trainings and projects in SAM. Alright, so if I wanted to just see just my exams, I can come up here to the top and just uncheck this checkbox or these check boxes, and it'll show me just my assignments or just my exams. And I can do the same thing for my trainings. Like I said, all those assignments are open. So feel free to do them to do as many assignments as you want. Well, make sure you do, because you have to do the practice assignments as well as the grade assignments. So make sure, and definitely all of this, all the assignments you have to do are on that course schedule. So make sure you use your course schedule when you're trying to navigate SAM, so you'll know exactly where to go and how to get there. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to show you, I have some demos, and you can also have these too. So if you want to actually play with the demos, you can. I have a demo for for the exams, I have a demo for the projects, and I have a demo for the trainings. And so you may have to actually scroll down to the bottom to actually to see those demos on your screen. Also, you do have your what do you call test reviews in SAM, and these are the test reviews are just your trainings. All the trainings that you've done for that particular subject, they're all together in one assignment, or one assignment. You can actually go through and actually do those tasks over and over again to get yourself prepared for the final, or for the actual test or exam that you need to take, or you're going to take. Also, in your D2L class, you also have we have tests, test guides, study guides. Those are in there as well, and those are under the, I believe, course files module, I believe it is. And I actually talked about that because I don't think I mentioned. I think I went in there because not only do you have your SAM assignments, but you also have your file management projects. You have your midterm grade analysis assignment that you have to do, as well as you have your Um, yes, midterm grade analysis. And you have some. I think that may be all that you have. Those are assignments that are outside of SAM. Right, so you do have some assignments that are in D2L. They're just in D2L, and then you have your assignments or SAM assignments are actually inside of the SAM, inside the SAM link. All right, and so you have your paper study guide in D2L, and you have your actual hands-on study guide, so or whatever you want to call it, inside of SAM. So let's go ahead and start with the training demo. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the training demo. There it is. So we're going to click on the training assignment. It just tells me what I'm about to do. And it's actually quite simple. Then you have some of the tasks, especially your videos. You basically have to, watch the videos. In some cases, you have a video of the lady actually doing the particular task, and you basically follow along with her. And so so like I said, they're very easy. Please do them. There are many students who have not gotten the grade or even passed the class because they failed to do their trainings. They're very easy. I know they can be tedious, but they're very easy. They're very easy 100s. Go ahead, do your trainings, because they do count. At the end of the semester, they do count a lot, or they can make a difference between whether you pass the class or you fail the class. Alright, so this is the interface. Let me go ahead and maximize this window. Yeah. Alright, so this is the interface for your training. On the left hand side here, you have the little task list. When you click on the plus sign, it gives you a list of all of the tasks that are, or questions that are actually in this training, and you can skip around. It doesn't skip around, and it will not allow you to leave a question unanswered. So if you skipped around on your questions on the training as well as on the exams, at the end of when you complete your last task, whatever test or question that you skipped, it's going to bring it back to you at the end. So this goes for trainings as well as exams. So if you happen to be taking an exam or doing a training and it keeps giving you the same question over and over again, that means that you have not completed that question yet, and it's giving you the attempt to actually complete it. Right. So you have. Let's go ahead and start. Yeah. So like I said, you have 4 sections for each task in your training. You have an introductory part. On this particular task, it's actually a video that you just play. You also have an observe part, and either additional videos that to watch, or you actually watch the lady actually perform the task that they want you to do. Then you have the practice that basically you go step by step with the lady from the video, from the observe video. And the apply part is the one that is the only part that actually counts. And with the apply part, you complete the task by yourself without any help. So if it is a task that you know how to do, I highly recommend just skipping over the observe and practice part and just skipping and going straight to the apply part, because once you do the apply part, then it gives you credit for that particular task. It can actually move on to the next question. So also, it is closed caption as well. If you want to speed it up, you can as well. To make it go much faster, you can do that as well. And so it does have sound to it, so let me see if it'll let me do my sound.
In this assignment, you'll learn about using the keyboard. You'll be introduced to the parts of a keyboard, including the typing keypad, navigation keypad, and numeric keypad. Next, you'll investigate the uses of the function keys as well as modifier keys. The Internet Media Controls section explains how you can navigate the Internet without using a mouse. You'll learn more about typing on keyboards and the differences between touchscreen and mobile device keyboards and other keyboards.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so that is just the introduction. This is the introduction part. So it's basically giving you a rundown of what you're going to be doing inside of this task. So if I click on the observe part, for this particular type of question, is additional topics after additional videos. Not very long at all. They're less than 1 minute. Yeah, or 1 minute, about 1 minute, or less than 1 minute, and it's give you more information about those particular topics in there. And for the apply part, yeah, for this one, they want you to do a matching. They want you to match whatever the statement is on the left hand side to whatever word it is on the right hand side. And it will tell you if you get it wrong or not. And like I see, you can do as unlimited attempts. So like fine. No, fine. Yeah, alright. Now it says, so it's actually telling me that's what I'm doing is right. And so once I have completed the task, it tells me task complete. And gives me credit for it, and then it moves me over to the next task automatically. So to verify that I have received credit for that task, you can come back up here to the task list on the left hand side, and you will see a green check mark or a check mark at the top, and that lets Sam know, and that lets you know that Sam has given you credit for that task. Now for these simulation type questions or type training tasks, it gives you the introduction, so it basically tells you what you're doing over here on the right hand side, and it even tells you how you can do it. If there are multiple ways to do it, it would even tell you what multiple ways that you can do it on. In the training, it actually shows you only one way to do it, but if there are additional ways to do it, when you get to the test, it will take the additional ways. So if you're used to clicking the enter key after you type in the password, it will take that. Here, they want you to click on, instead of hitting the enter key, they want you to click on the actual plus sign. And you can do, and either way, on the exam, you can do it either way. It doesn't matter. So on the observe part, this is just the lady.
On the welcome screen, click the User 1 icon.
Showing you how to do it.
Windows displays a text box for entering your password. Type Windows in the text box. Press Enter. Windows displays the desktop.
Alright, so now that task is complete. Now, when you, or that part is complete. Once you finish a particular part, it gives you the box up here. It asks you which one you want to do next. You can do the practice part, which you do step by step with the lady, or you can actually click the apply part and you do it all by yourself. Like I mentioned earlier, the apply part, that's the part that actually counts. So if you want to get that green check mark or you get that check, you have to do the apply part. So I'm gonna click on practice so you can actually see what the practice is or where that.
On the welcome screen, click the User 1 icon.
So I'm going to click on the User 1 icon.
Windows displays a text box for entering your password. Type Windows in the text box.
And you just
press Enter. Windows displays the desktop.
Alright, so now that I've done the practice part, I can do the apply part, and I can get my credit for it. I think I missed the. Yes, I did. Yeah. And so, and like I said, if it's a task that you know how to do, go ahead and go straight to the pop art. So, like I said, you definitely save yourself some time and a lot of unnecessary frustration. Going back to another one, very similar. Like I said, if it's multiple ways to do it, any introductory part, it actually tell you the multiple ways to do it. And these are the ways you can actually do it, the different ways you can do it on the exam. But like on the training, it only shows you one way to do it. Alright. Now, at the end, let me. Come on, Alright. I'm going to go ahead and submit this real quick so I can show you. Yes, I know. When you have completed your training, it's going to give you a box. It's not going to necessarily give you an actual grade, but it's going to give you. It's going to tell you how many tasks you completed from out of your other training. And I recommend that you either print this screen out or take a picture of it with your cell phone. Right, or do a print screen, but you have some type of evidence that you actually did do it, because SAM is a computerized system, and SAM has lost students' grades in the past. So to make sure you can have evidence saying that you did do your assignment, take a picture of it, print it out, and so if the grade does not come over to D12, and the instructor may have an issue saying, or say, hey, I don't have the evidence of you doing it, you can you can actually show them your picture, like, yes, I do, I have my printout right here saying that I did do it, and you can actually go ahead and give you credit for it. So I highly recommend doing that. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. But I just want to make you guys be aware of that, just in case that does happen. I'm going to click on close. Alright. And so since I completed that demo, I can now come to our reports tab up here at the top and see that I see my report for about that training, about my score about that training. Let me click on it real quick. And this a little bit earlier I showed you the report link in D12. This is where it's going to take you. It's going to take you to this access screen right here. It's going to take you to, and it gives you a list of all your reports that you have for your assignments. And see, I now actually have an actual grade up at the top on my report. Alright. We go to, now let's try the exam this time. Is the screen or the interface is actually very similar to the training. However, there are some differences. And I'm going to point them out to you real quick. Alright. So, on your exams, you have 8 minutes to complete them on the regular test. However, on your final exam, you have 2 hours. You have two different types. You have 3 types of questions on your test. You have multiple choice test questions. You have simulation questions like you did with your training, and you can sometimes have some matching questions. On the matching questions and on the simulation questions, you actually get 3 attempts, because it's to see if you have any issues. May you click the wrong button by mistake, or so it'll give you those extra attempts so you can make sure you can get it right. However, on the multiple choice questions, you only get 1 attempt. Right. When you will take your, because this is an online class, you will take your test in the testing center. You have to register for a time to take it in the testing center, and and there is a link under I think it's course resources. the what's this thing called? Course tools and links. That's what it is. It's on the course tools and links in D12. There's a link to the registration website for the testing center, and you can take the test in any Teach Carolina testing center. So each campus has a testing center or has a testing computer, and you can just register a time and take it at that particular location, and they all have the information. So let me go ahead and click on start. Right. Yeah. So very similar to the training layout. You have your task list over here on the side, and it does. You can use the task list to skip around different questions. And like I said, it will not allow you to leave a question unanswered. So if you skip the question, it will allow you to see it again at the end, at the end of the last question that you answered. All right, so so you have your number of tasks here, as well as your time limit. It also keeps track of how many attempts that you have. So let me get this wrong. With my luck, I'll probably get it right too. All right. So I have made my selections. All right. When I click on submit, all right, when you have a task question and you hit the submit button, or when you complete it, if you have gotten the question incorrect, it's going to tell you to either go to the next task to skip the current question, or to retry this question. All right. And like I said, you can retry the question because you have multiple attempts. Once you get to that your very last attempt, it's not going to show you this box anymore. It's going to move you directly to. It's going to move you to the next question. All right. So I'm gonna say move to next. I'm gonna say move to the next one. Yeah. All right. So very similar to what we had in our training. And you can move this around as well, so you can actually move the instructions around, because sometimes they can get in your way while you're in the middle of taking the test or while you're trying to do something. So you can move those instructions around. So I probably spelled it incorrectly. Let me retry. Yep, okay. What did I do wrong? Do I have cap lock on? Okay, so this is my very last attempt. Let me retry. Or wasn't a wrong user. That'll help. Alright. So when I click on hit enter, or click on my arrow here, it's going to take me to my next one. Because that was my last attempt, regardless if I got it right or wrong, it's going to send me to my next question. Yeah, sure. Alright, so on that one, I was like, sure, you know what you're doing, no problem. Alright, these are multiple choice questions. Alright, when you make your selection, I know that's not here, you have to hit save your answer. If you do not hit save your answer, it will not count your answer, or will not count the question that's being completed. So you have to select your answer. And notice you only get one attempt on the multiple choice questions. Let me share. Did I skip one? Yeah, and at the end, because I skipped that first one, it's going to bring it back to me. The merit key. Alright. Okay. When you have completed your exam, it's going to give you your score, just like you did for your training. So on your exam, it actually gives you your actual percentage score. All right. When you're in the testing center, you are allowed to print this out. So, like I said, definitely have a copy of it. You will not be allowed, because you will be in testing center. You will not be allowed to take a picture of it, because you're not allowed to have your cell phone in there with you. But you can print it out. So I highly recommend that you print it out so you keep a copy of it, of your score. So in case something does happen, you have a copy of it saying, "Yeah, I have my score right here." Um, whenever you complete a assignment in SAM, the grade does automatically go to the D2L grade book. If you complete the assignment and you receive your grade, but it does not, when you go to view it in your D2L grade book, it's not there, let your instructor know, because it may be something we have to do on our end to actually push it over to D2L, to D2L side. All right. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do our project demo. All right, and the project, this is probably I won't say the most, I won't say time consuming, but a lot of students, this is where a lot of your uh, graded projects are going to be. Just like you have one graded project that's in the format of an exam, that you can do, which is the Windows 10 graded project. You can do that because it is in the form of a exam. You can actually do that twice. So it's just like it, and it looks just like the exam that I just went over, or similar to the exam I just went over a few minutes ago. But for your projects, you have textbook projects, graded projects, and practice projects. All right, the textbook projects are the projects that are actually in the book. So whatever chapter exercise that they're doing that's in the book, it actually is a project. They can actually do it step by step in the book, and Sam will grade it for you to see how well you did on the chapter assignment. Now you and also for the practice project, it's very similar, but you do not but a lot of lot of information is not inside the book. All your content is basically is without the book, and you any of the concepts that they want you to learn, you actually just do just those concepts. So a lot of for that particular so a lot of the practice projects, they are half of the work is actually done for you. So you don't have to do any additional typing. You don't have to start from scratch. A lot of stuff is already in there. You just have to do whatever they want you to do for the that particular chapter. And you have the graded project. And the graded project is a combination of everything. So it takes you have the graded textbook projects and the practice projects are actually by modules. And the graded project is actually it's a combination of all the modules together. And it's very, like I said, it's similar. Just a lot of stuff is actually done for you. You just concentrate on the concepts that you completed or you learned in those particular modules. So for the textbook projects and for the practice projects, you have 5 attempts. So you can actually, or 5 submissions. So that means you can actually do the assignment. If get your score back. If it's not a 100 or you want to make some changes, you can make the changes and submit it again for a better grade. You can do that up to 5 times. With the graded projects, you can only do that 3 times. You have, so like I said, you can do it, and you do not have to start the whole project over again. You just make if you need to make any changes, you make the changes to the document that you submitted. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm doing all this talking. So all right, so here we are. All right, so on your project screen or screen or window, you have 3 sections. You have the instruction section, and that is basically a Microsoft Word document that contains all of the information about pretty much all the instructions that you need to complete the project. Then you have your file, your own personal file with your name on it. This is the file that I mentioned earlier that has the anti-cheat code stuff in it. So you have to, so pretty much you have to do, so it has all of yours, because it has your name on it, all of the coding in the background or whatever, it actually is attached to your name. It's attached to your SAM account. All right. And at the bottom here, on the very last, have this assignment submission area, and this is where you will go to submit your file to SAM for it to be graded. So let's download these instructions first. Say yes. Now, since they are just the instructions, I'm gonna go ahead and click OK to open them. Now, some students like to print them out. Some like to keep them on the screen. It's really up to you. All right. So these are the instructions. No. All right. Now let me go back. Let me go back into SAM now, and let me get the file with my name on it, my start file. I'm gonna click on it. Yeah, I'm going to open you up. Yes. Yeah. All right. Oh, so this is my start file. All right. Notice it is completely, for this particular project, it is completely blank. You have to start from scratch. On the textbook projects, you will have to start from scratch. There's nothing is done for you. However, on the practice and graded projects, on your start file, you will have some information already there when you open it the first time. Alright, so let me come back here to my instructions. Okay, so the very first thing it tells me to do, it tells me to rename my file and change the 1 to a 2. Alright, so this step is very important. In order for SAM to actually grade your assignment, there it is. In order for SAM to grade your assignment, it has to have that that name has to be changed. If SAM because SAM is looking for that particular file name, if that particular file name is not there that it's looking for, it will not take your file for it to be graded. So this is a very important step. So to rename your file for your projects, the best way to do this is once you have your file open, like I have right now, you come up to File and go to Save As. If you have Save As right here, you can click on here, or you can come here to Save As, and it'll do the same thing. You just have it in 2 different locations. All right. Now, under Save As, I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put this in my documents folder. Yeah. I'm going to keep this where it is. Alright. But see, the only thing you have to do is you just have to change that 1 to a 2. So I'm going to put my cursor inside or right after the .docx. And I'm just going to do my backspace. And I'll backspace all the way out until I delete that 2. The number 2. Oh, the number 1. And then I'm going to input my number 2 in there. Alright. Like I said, this is a very important step. It may seem very simple, but it's very important. Like I said, 'cause if that 2 is not in there, or that file is not changed, the name is not the way SAM wants it, it will not grade your project. Alright, so I'll go ahead and click on Save here. Yeah. Okay, so I changed my file name, so now SAM should be okay with me. Alright, so let me go back to my instructions and let's see what they want from my instructions. Alright. And that's what gives you, it says do not copy and paste the parts of projects, because like I said, that's one of the ways that actually in the report that they give us for the cheating report, one of the things that actually says do not copy and paste your file. Do not copy. It asks, okay, this person copied and pasted from this particular part or this particular file, or it'll say something like you didn't multiple parts, or it'll say like multiple parts came from a document that's not there not from the owner. So so keep that kind of little stuff in mind. All right. So on the instructions, it gives me my project steps, and it takes me. So in this particular project, I only have 1 step to do. In your textbook projects and your other projects, you will have multiple steps. As well, is that at the end of the instructions, it actually gives you a picture or image of what the final project should look, the final image or final figure should look like. or what your document should look like after you finish all the project steps. So here it tells me that it wants me to type in the word hello in the document. Okay, I can do that. Alright, so in my document, so I'm back here to my document. That's my number 2 on it. You can see up here at the top. And I'm going to type in the word hello. Alright, and that's it for this project. I type in the word hello, and I'm ready to submit it. Actually, let me get this wrong so I can see so I can show you guys how you can actually make the corrections, resubmit it for a better grade. Right, so I'm going to say hello world. Alright, now this is going to be wrong because they just want me just to type in the word hello. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to submit this incorrect document to Sam, and I want to show you how it grades it, and how you can go back and actually make the changes to it. Alright, so that's my save. Okay, so I just saved it. Let me make sure. Save. And let me go back to my Sam. Alright, so to get back to the screen, all you have to do is you just click on, once you have finished your assignment or you're ready to submit it, you just come back to your SAM activity list, and you just click on the name of the assignment that you want to submit, and to bring your submission screen back up again. And so I'm gonna click on my browse, and it is very important that you remember where you saved it. Yeah, there it is. So it's in my documents right here. So I found my document. I'm gonna click open it, and see, it saves it. So it tells you over here on the left hand side what file name it's actually looking for. Alright, if your file name over here does not match the file name over there, it's not going to take it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on submit, and it's going to go through this. So right now it's in the process of actually grading your project. Yes, so it says, yeah, goes through the virus scan, make sure the file format's correct, make sure the file size is correct, and once you see these checks, Sam has graded your assignment. It really is that quick when grading your assignments or your projects. You can click on this button here that says View Report, and it will take you to your score. So I'm gonna click on View Report, and it brings up, and when you get your report back for your project, it is a Microsoft Word document, because what it does, it actually takes your original file and it actually gives you comments based on your original file. Right, so here it tells me up here, this is my first submission, and it tells me my score is 0 out of 100. Alright, and down here it even tells me on what step what I did wrong on that step, and what I need to do to correct it in order for me to actually get full credit for that particular step. And also at the end of your report, it actually gives you your original document back, and it tells you where your mistake was. So I can click on the bubble over here, and it tells me, yeah, you didn't make sure you go back and check. It's supposed to say hello, not hello world. And pretty much in the make sure to come in typos, because with the projects, one little typo can throw the whole thing off. So because based on what Sam does, it has its answer key, and it places your file on top of its answer key, and if it's anything that is wrong, it takes out points for it. So like I said, if you have it'll take off for an extra space, if you have a misspelled word, anything like if you hit the enter key too many times, it will take out points for that. So you have to be very precise and pay very close attention to when you're actually doing your projects. Alright, so this is my report. Alright, so okay, so now I need to go back. I need to make my corrections, and I need to make my corrections, resubmit it so I can get a better grade. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Alright, so I'm going to close my report out first. Okay, now I can come back to my original document. Since I have my original document already up, I can just go back to my original document and make the corrections on it. However, if you close yours out, then you may have to go back to find your document again, open it, and make the corrections. So here, I'm just going to take out the word hello world, the word world. Alright, and also put the backspace in there too, so just in case he tries to pick up that extra space and say that space is wrong. Alright, and now I'm going to save it again. I'm going to save my file again, and I'm going to resubmit it to Sam. Let me go ahead and minimize you out. Alright. Sam is going through his thingy right here. Alright. So I'm going to click on project demo again. So if it even keeps track for me, it says, okay, you submitted it one time already, now you have 4 attempts remaining. Go back. Click on my submit button. Alright. Click my report. I'll open my report up again. And now I have my 100. Yeah, so you do not, so when you do your project for the first time and you come back with errors in it and you want to make corrections, you do not have to retype the whole project over again. All you just need to go back to the original file that you saved and make the corrections on that original file. And so now that I have my 100, I can go ahead and close my stuff down. And also let me open up also one of the let me open up one of the practice projects. So where's my word practice? Yes, so Word Module 1 practice project. Alright. So I have my 5 attempts. And same thing. Alright, so for this particular project, it actually gives you have to actually use a picture. And it gives you the picture right there already. So when you download your instructions, you also so it gives you this image right here. Scroll down to the final image. It gives you this image right here. Alright, so and this is the image you have to insert. So that's what that other file is that's under there. So you have all your steps that you have to do. Let me close you out. Alright, I have my start file with my name on it. This is the file that I have to change. You have to make the name change to. So I have to change that 1 to a 2. And see, okay, so the image is already in there. Alright, so you see half of the stuff is already done for you. Alright, so it's actually the image they're looking for. It's actually that little logo down at the bottom, at the very bottom. Alright, so see, this is half the stuff is already done for you, so you don't have to do any extra typing. Like I said, they just want you to do the concentrate on the concepts that you learned in that particular module. Now for my, let me go back here. Now for my image, instead of doing an open with, I'm going to do a save. And it's whenever you have any additional like images you have to insert, just do a save, because what they want you to do, they want you to insert it. So you'll have to actually go and do the insert command in Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, or whatever program you're working in, and so you have to save it first. Documents folder. So I'll save that, and now when they're ready for me to insert it, I can now go to my computer and I can actually insert it. Yeah, well, if it tells you to insert it, let me show you what it looks like. When you go to insert it, you cannot do a copy and paste, because Sam will pick that up as being incorrect. You have to actually do an actual insert. So you have to go inside of the program, click on the insert button, and tell it to insert the picture. Alright, so yeah, so that's the image that's at the bottom of the document. Alright, and the exact same thing. So once you complete your assignment, you'll come back here, do your upload, and you'll submit it. Right. Make sure. Yeah. Yeah, so those are the projects. Like I said, for your textbook projects and practice projects, you get 5 attempts. On the graded projects, you only get 3 attempts. Okay. But like I said, all the projects, if you want to get started on them, all the projects and all the assignments are already open for you. So you don't have to worry about. So you can actually, if you want to, you can do them all at once. You can. All right. So that is it for. Let's take that back. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out all of my projects. So that's the project section, right? If you want to go back and check and take a look at your reports again, like I mentioned earlier, we do have the reports link inside of the SAM module in D2L, or you can come here to the reports tab, and it shows you. So here, so when you are finished, or when you get finished with your projects, you see here that you can go to reports. And you see a list of all your reports that you'll have now, that you have for assignments that you have done. Now for the exams, the instructors, you will not be able to access the exam reports. If you want to know what you missed on your exam, contact your instructor, and your instructor will let you know. But because it is an exam, we do not allow the reports to be accessible for students for exams. However, you can access all the reports for the projects as well as your training. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and close you down. And I wanted to maybe go back to my. All right. Yeah, so I want to show you real quick the, okay, ha 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 ha. Yeah, I want to show you real quickly that I mentioned earlier about the student course files. All right. The student course files, this contains all of your any course images that you'll need for your projects, your file management projects. Like I said, you'll be doing those, and those are actually coming up due toward in the next couple of weeks. And you also have your study guides. So you have your training study guides that are in SAM, but you have actual physical study guides for some of the concepts and some things you need to know here under the student course files. And those are all there. So you have the, make sure we come down. Yeah, so you have the study guides for all of your tests already. If your tests are available, I have the dates for the availability of your test are on your detailed schedule or your course schedule, and you have between, it's usually between Thursday and Saturday to take it at the testing center. And like I said, you can take your test in any testing center that's on campus. That's on any of the campuses here at Central Carolina. And also, toward the midterm point, you will be asked to do a midterm grade analysis. This is basically a self-assessment of how you think you're doing in the course so far. Make sure that's the right one. And it's very simple. It's nothing too major. It's just asking simple questions like, yeah, how many grades, how many trainings have you done, how many times have you missed, who's your advisor, going to your degree works, making sure that you're in the correct courses, things like that. So it really is a self-assessment with a right. So I'm trying to think. I believe that's it. Yeah, so I should have been in my student view. when I showed y'all that. But that is all the information. If you have any additional questions, let your instructor know. If it's something that you that was in the video or something that I probably missed in this video, contact your instructor, and your instructor will be happy to assist you with any issues that or questions that you may have. Well, good luck, and good luck for the rest of the semester, and let's get those A's. All right.